Okay, looks like we are live. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're watching this live, happy Wednesday through Wednesday. If you watch the replay, I'm just going to take a moment to share this really quick. And if you want to invite some friends, family, coworkers, loved ones, dear ones, or just people you think need some help, or people you think want to take life to the next level, and people who are loving life and want to enhance it even more, feel free to pass this on to them. There's that little watch party thing that we just learned about the other day that we can implement that. Hey Beth, how you doing? Good to see you on here. And while you all are doing that, I'm just going to share this really quickly into a couple of my Facebook groups and pages, and then we are going to get started right away. Bear with me one moment, and while I do this, why don't you say hello and tell me about who your favorite Avenger is. And if you haven't seen the Avengers, who your favorite DC character is. And if you haven't seen that, what your favorite ice cream is, something like that. But let's go with the Avengers. Who's your favorite Avenger? And then I'm just going to share this very quickly into my Facebook, a couple of my Facebook pages, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So give me one more. I got one or two more to do. And that one, last one, almost there. Be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're logging in from. Invite your friends. If you want to create a watch party, you can do that. I promise you this is going to be a totally worthwhile one today. And your people will love you for it. And then who your favorite Avenger is. Carrie, hello. I like vanilla and boring. Oh, awesome, Holly. Thanks for inviting some people. Hey, Linda, I feel like it's been forever since I saw you. Spider-Man, Jessica, Spider-Man, awesome. Thor, loving the shirt. Yeah, I love the shirt too. It's pretty awesome. Strawberry ice cream. Okay, let me get this set up. And see, that's working. That's working. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Title of today's video is one thing you can do right away to instantly enhance your life. And Baltimore in the house. Great to see Baltimore here. I was going to the gym this morning, and as I was walking in, I go to the gym pretty well. Actually, I went a little late today, and late for me is I got there, I think, just before 4:30 in the morning. I usually get to the gym by about 4:05. But this morning I stayed in bed for a little bit and looked at important stuff like what storyline involved in professional wrestling the night before. But anyways, as I was going to the gym this morning, and from where I parked to where the walk into the gym, it's about it's not very far. It's probably about a 1.5 to 2 minute walk. And as I'm walking during that time, hey, Lindsay, good to see you on here. As I'm walking during that time, the glow of the moon was still really bright. There were some stars out, and the moon had created this amazing glow from the sky where it created a ring around it. Have you ever looked up at the moon at night and you've seen this, just it shines so brightly in the dark night sky, and then it creates a ring around it? It was one of those moments, and I was sitting there looking at it that along with the stars, and I was saying, gosh, this is so beautiful. This is so amazing. I love how the air feels right now, and it feels so nice to breathe in fresh air. And I just started running through and reciting all these things I was grateful for. And I started saying to myself, gosh, I wish everybody could experience this right now. I wish everybody could see this moment. I wish everybody could live it. And then I reminded myself, but wait, everybody can. Because ultimately, what we choose to focus on is what we'll inevitably experience. Our emotions, the quality of our lives do not happen by chance. What ends up happening is we're constantly focusing on the same things over and over. So people who tend to see the world as a mean, cruel, ugly, nasty place are probably focusing on a lot of stuff that purports that it's mean, cruel, ugly, nasty. I was listening to this talk earlier today by a lady who is from, I think she's from Iran. Her native, I think Iran. And she was talking about growing up in Iran, and when she moved to the U.S., she couldn't speak English. She wanted to go to university, but she had no comprehension of the English language. And they were telling her what she needed to do to get there. And they said, you have to take these courses and whatnot. And she started to take the courses. She lasted for about a few days, and she was thinking, how in the hell am I going to learn how to speak English when I have 10 other people saying the same thing in 10 different accents? It just wasn't working for her. So she quit the courses, and she started to do her own coursework, where she said what she did was she started reading American newspapers, and she started watching American news, and she was watching CNN was her news of choice. And she said she was alarmed to see how that literally the same stories were circulating around over and over again every hour. And she said it was quite different than European news, where there's all this new stuff. Now, isn't it interesting that we have 24/7 news, but the observation of somebody who was new to the country was that it was 24/7 news, but it was the same thing over and over again? Because what we focus on, we'll experience. Remember that all these things at the end of the day, they're businesses. And so they're going to provide a certain type of information that's conditioned to get you emotional, to get you to react, to get you to respond, which in turn gets you to want you to engage. Mediocrity and fear are huge businesses, probably some of the biggest businesses out there. And it behooves some of these companies and organizations, and I'm not pointing the finger at CNN and saying they're doing this. What I am suggesting here is that there's a lot of people, organizations, places that are going to be in competition for your attention. And they're going to put out a certain type of content that's going to get you to want to motivate to engage and respond and react. There are going to be people online, social media land, who are going to put out certain kinds of content, right? You're going to have people in your friends list, your connections. They're going to put out certain kinds of content. So they're going to have certain kinds of vibes. Oh, I'm pissed off. I'm angry. The world's against me. All these types of things, right? You could literally, before you even see what they're saying, you can probably make an assumption about what they're going to say. You have those people that you know. The people who are pissed off, they're always pissed off. The people who are upset, they're always upset. And what they get upset about, it may not even be something that's happening to them. They find something externally to be upset about. What we focus on is what we'll experience. You look for ways to get upset, you're going to find them. You look for ways to get angry, you're going to find them. And on that same notion, if you want to look for something different, to experience something different, you have that ability to. If you want to find beauty in the world, you need to look no further than where you're looking at normally, where you don't see beauty. Look up to the sky and notice the stars. Notice the glow of the moon. If you want to see more happiness in the world, look around you. Look for a newborn baby laughing. Look for a dog jumping up and down at something its owner is doing. Look for a cat playing with a ball of string. Look at a husband and wife who have been married for 60, 70 years, or a husband and a husband, or a wife and a wife, or whatever kind of coupledom it is. Two people who have been in love for a number of years who are still in love. These types of experiences are available to all of us, and they're all around of us. And the thing that keeps us from experiencing more of the good stuff in life, love, happiness, joy, fulfillment, passion, purpose, and whatnot, one of the biggest things is our focus. We've learned and we've been taught to focus on things that distract us from us and to put our attention somewhere else. Now, there may be some inner work we have to do. It sounds really simple. I can close my eyes and look somewhere else, and poof, there it is. And can it be that easy? Yes, absolutely. And we still need to do our own inner work in here and in here to unlearn the habits and behaviors that have gone to that, and then recondition, rewire us to start to look, feel, and act and believe in a different way. But here's this in a nutshell. What you focus on is what you'll experience. If you want to change and enhance the quality of your life, change and enhance the quality of images you choose to focus on. If you want to enhance the quality of your life, choose to focus on different beliefs, different ideas, different ahas. If when you watch the news you feel yucky, turn on cartoons instead. If when you watch some scary movie or whatever at the end of the day, turn on something else, read a book. What you focus on, you'll experience. And if you haven't heard me say it enough yet, I'm going to say it one more time. What you focus on, you'll experience. Your emotions aren't happening by chance. You're deciding your emotional state, even though it may seem that way. And one of the key ways to determining that state, to determining your emotional experience, is going to be where your focus goes. Energy will flow where your focus goes. And so if you want to change the flow of your energy, if you want to create a different emotional experience, you got to shift your focus. And if you do this, my promise to you is that it will radically enhance the quality of your life and the quality of the moments that you experience. So I hope this message has been helpful for you today. Anybody have any questions about this? I have about 7 minutes that I can answer questions really quick before I have to jump off. What questions do you have? I would love feedback. Is this helpful? Beth, absolutely. Oh, thanks, Beth, for saying that. Linda, I agree. Linda, it's like I said before, I can't believe I feel like it's been so long since we talked. Good to see you on here. Oh, Kathy. Hey, Kathy, thanks for jumping in on YouTube. Great to see you on here. Jenny, I saw the moon in the morning when I went to work in England. Oh, that's awesome. Isn't it amazing, too, that we can have thousands of miles between us, that we can have oceans that separate us, that we can have different flags flying above our respected countries or whatnot, yet we all can look up at the same moon. We can all draw warmth from the same sun. And we can have moments in the dark or in the light, and we can look up and find beauty in them. And I don't know. I think that's one of the most fascinating and amazing things about humanity is we have that ability to do so. It just shows how similar we all are. Gratitude, yes. Thumbs up from Stacy. Any questions about this at all? Anything that needs to be explained a little bit more? Any questions about how you can specifically integrate this into your life? I want to make sure that you are conceptualizing this, taken away. I think everybody's got it, but I'd just love to be able to serve you in the next few minutes we have. What's my favorite ice cream? My favorite ice cream is chocolate peanut butter cup fudge, without doubt. And, it's interesting is one of my little mini challenges I did for myself this year is I gave up all sweets for the year. Desserts, I guess. So no cookies, no ice cream, no cake, no pie, no ice. As I said, ice cream already. You can obviously really hurting that ice cream one. No cinnamon rolls, no donuts, any of those types of things. And it's not that I eat them a lot, but I definitely do enjoy them. And I wanted to do it just as a self-discipline thing because it was something that it wasn't serving me in the way I would like to. And I was getting that little initial sugar rush buzz. But then after I'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I didn't like how it was physically affecting my body. So I just said, hell with it. Well, let's not have it for a year. And it's been a wonderful year. There's been only moments where I've missed it and occasional fantasy about chocolate peanut butter cup fudge. But the year's winding down, which means the possibility for it being reintroduced is coming up soon. And who knows, maybe I'll do it another year, or maybe I'll sneak down on January 1st and get a little bit of a pint of one. Any other questions? It's helpful. I do all this and try to focus on what I want my hopes and dreams are. So there's a big difference between trying and committing to this. And I want you all to really take this, and it's a great comment to put in. If I hold this little wristband up, and many of you have seen these are the ones I wear. If I hold this wristband up and I say, I want you to try to grab it. Now, even though we have computer screens in front of us, we have thousands of miles, some of us are in different parts of the world. Technically, if you just reach up and you go like this, by the definition of try, you made an attempt, right? You did try. The challenge, the danger with a word like try is try gives us a backdoor to an excuse. It gives us an out. We can say to ourselves, we can say to others, well, I really wanted to do this, but I tried. And people kind of go, oh, okay. And it's accepted that it just didn't work out. To really have a radical shift in focus, to have it change, to have it stick forever. I was talking with someone earlier today about doing a coaching program, and we were talking about the difference between trying to do something versus really committing fully to do it, about making it happen, about deciding that this is the moment, this is the time to make a shift, to make a change, and that we're going to do this work together going forward. As when we commit to doing something, there's no other alternative. It's the example of there was a story told, and where it originates from, I don't know, but the story is that there was a commander who was in charge of this group of troops, and the group of troops was tasked with capturing this island, and this island was a valuable strategic defense place, but the island was so heavily guarded and heavily fortified that the soldiers who were getting ready to take the island, who were on the boats coming in from the ocean, felt like it met certain death if they got off the boats and took the island, tried to attack the island, because nobody had been able to do it before. So they were adamant about this. They said, nope, this isn't going to happen. The commander recognized this. He saw the troops being visibly shaken, being nervous, and could tell, heard the grumblings of them saying how they weren't going to do it. They weren't going to get off the boat. They were going to refuse. And so the commander did something very bold. The commander ordered everybody off the boat. And so here's all these troops, all these soldiers wading in the water, and then he ordered the boats to be burned. He turned to the troops and said, you have two choices now. You can either stay here and eventually drown or get shot, or you can go up and take the island and live for tomorrow. And here was this nearly impossible, seemingly impossible task where people found it within themselves where there was no really other alternative. And so they ended up taking the island. When we try to do something, it's this. But if we're committed to getting this, you are flying to Santa Barbara, you're coming to an event, you see me on the street and you say, Jesse, I committed to getting that from you. I need it. Please hand it to me, right? You're committing to taking the island because the boats are being burned. So I just want to help you all with that distinction, because it's really important that when we're languaging things with ourselves, that we use languaging that's empowering and affirming, and not language that gives us escape clauses and excuse loopholes. And I'm not saying that's what you were doing, Jackie. I really appreciate you phrasing it that way. It's linguistically, a lot of us will use words like try. And it's imperative that if we want to make these shifts, especially when it comes to something like our focus, that we really need to commit to doing. What does my band say? On one side, it says Carpe Diem. And on the other side, it says, I challenge myself to, with a blank line to fill in the blank. Anything else for me? I have time for one more question, then I got to jump off. I appreciate each and every one of you being on here, and I'll be back here tomorrow. I hope you will be too. To those of you who have shared this, to those of you who have invited your friends and family to join in, to those of you who have tagged people and invited them to be a part of this, I sincerely appreciate you doing that, and I hope that they have found value in this too. If you have any other questions about this, you want to dive a little deeper, be sure to send me a message. And wherever you are, whether it's morning, noon, or night, I wish you an extraordinary rest of your time today, tomorrow, wherever it is. Sending lots of love to you all, and I will be back here tomorrow, and I hope to see you all then. Take care, everyone. We'll see you. Bye-bye.